Hey, pest control owners. Hey, my name is Jake Sheldon. I am co-owner of Pest Customers Fast and Virtual Staffing Hub. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to go from 0 to 1,000 pest control accounts in just 18 months. This is not only just from our own experience in the pest control industry, but this is also from talking to quite literally thousands of pest control owners, figuring out what works and what does not work. Now, this is my disclaimer. This is not easy. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of dedication for this to happen, but it can happen for you if you put in the work. So make sure you watch the entirety of this video. We're going to be giving away a lot of gold nuggets, and we'll see you in the video next.
Hey, pest control owners. Hey, thanks for coming to the presentation. We're going to show you in this video how to generate 1,000 pest control sales in 18 months. So without further ado, we're going to walk you through this. So you probably want to know who we are and why we're qualified to teach this. So I'll just go over this here quick. We're Pest Customers Fast. We also own Virtual Staffing Hub. We've sold thousands of accounts with our own pest control company, but best of all, we've helped hundreds of other pest control companies scale. Altogether, we've helped produce a little over 57,000 pest control sales through our coaching programs and our Done For You programs. Okay. Now, we're not super smart and have gathered this all by ourselves. We've quite literally talked to some of the brightest and most successful pest control owners on the planet. So we've had a really nice blessing of being able to chat with these guys and figure out what works and what doesn't work in the industry. Okay. So a lot of these things I'm going to share with you, I didn't just randomly think of. I've gathered this over years and years of talking to the most successful companies on the planet. Okay. Now here's the index of what we're going to be going over here today. Number one is identifying the goal, developing a plan, identifying your LTV, which is your lifetime value, creating your offer, creating your budget and where to get financing, standing out from your competition, going over paid ads so you can be seen everywhere, get weekly sales, organic Facebook domination and becoming a local celebrity in your area, Google My Business Scaling Secrets or GMB Scaling Secrets, show you how to get some organic growth there as well. Nextdoor app neighborhood takeover, going to show you how to become the neighborhood favorite in your area. Reactivation clients that have gone inactive or canceled. Phone sales and door-to-door sales, you can go a little over that as well. Automation campaigns, we're going to show you how to save more time while getting more done. Strategic partnerships, we're going to teach you what types of people to partner with. And then lastly is how to leverage a virtual assistant. So those are going to be the things we're going to be covering today. So stick around for the full video. First thing that we need to do is identify the goal. The goal for this presentation, of course, is 1,000 accounts. I've done it before and I've helped literally dozens of other people do this before. So I know it's possible. I've even seen people go out and do 1,000 accounts by themselves, just door knocking. If you don't believe it, I'll connect you with them. I've talked to literally dozens of people who have done this. Okay. So this is not a crazy goal. It can be done and it has been done thousands of times. Okay. But to achieve this goal, you must break this down into smaller daily goals. Okay. It's a lot easier to conquer when you break it down. 1,000 accounts, roughly. Okay. Don't quote me on this. It's roughly about 3 sales per day, depending on if you're selling on weekends or if you're not selling on weekends, you know, it's going to be a little bit more. Okay. This is what you must focus on. Stop focusing on the bigger goal. Talk to a lot of guys like, hey, I want to get, 1,000 sales this year. And that's all they think about. 1,000 sales, 1,000 sales, 1,000 sales. It's going to be way harder to do that if you're not focusing on the daily goals, the small goals that you need to achieve. So the question is you must ask yourself is how are you going to get those 3 sales every day? Okay. So the next thing, once you figure that out, is of course, developing a plan. Develop a plan that will actually accomplish your 3-a-day sales goal and don't let up on it. Okay. Write it out, do it old fashioned style. You can even copy the plan that we're actually going to go through today. So the next thing that we need to do once we have defined that goal and how we're going to be doing it, of course, you can copy this one. Like I said, you need to identify your lifetime value. It's going to be a little different for everyone, right? Some people only have their customers stick around for a year. Some people have them stick around forever. I've talked to pest control owners who've had the same customers for 30 years. Okay. So you need to identify that for you and your business. So Oftentimes I find that pest control owners won't even do a job for anything less than 150 to 200. Now, before you get mad at me when I go through this explanation, let me explain, okay? I personally think this is silly if you tell yourself that you can't go out and do a pest control job for 150 to 200, anything less than that. Now, why is this silly? Well, I've talked to quite literally hundreds, if not thousands of pest control owners, and most people sound the same. The guy down the road is offering it for 40 bucks, 50 bucks, 60 bucks, whatever, 90 bucks. And he's getting them on his reoccurring service. And then this is what I hear a lot of the guys I talk to say is, well, you get what you pay for, you get quality, blah, 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 right? No one cares. Let's be honest. No one cares about that because that's what everyone says. No company I've ever talked to say they have a poor quality service and that the chemicals they use suck, and they're just not going to say that. Everyone says the same thing. You guys have to understand this. Everybody thinks they have a good quality process. They think they do things different. It's just not the truth, okay? So all your customer wants is they just want to get rid of the problem, all right? So we just need to get rid of the problem. So that leads me to my next example here is, let's say, just bear with me here. Let's say you charge $69 for the initial. Okay. You might charge way more. You might think, Jake, you're a psychopath for charging that. But let's just say for this example, you charge 69 bucks. We all know that even with the tech, with your gas, with chem costs, et cetera, depending on where you live, I know California or Washington might be a little higher, but it's not going to cost you more than that. We all know this, unless you're doing a rodent or termite or whatever it may be. I'm talking about just strictly general pest here, okay? Strictly general pest. It is not going to it's not going to cost you more than that. Most cases. I don't want to say every time, but most cases, okay? Now, here's where the magic happens. And this is literally every single company I've talked to. It's a big company that has made a lot of money. Understand this. You do not need to make a bunch of money off the initial service. You don't really need to make any money. You don't even need to make $1 on the initial service. The real money, and what very, very, very successful pest control owners realize, is that the money is made in the reoccurring. Okay? I've even heard guys say they will lose hundreds of dollars in order to get the reoccurring service because they know that reoccurring is where the money's at. Now, if you're not okay with that, that's totally fine. You don't have to do it this way. I'm just saying what I've seen the most successful pest control companies on the planet say to me, that they're even willing to lose money. Okay. Now, you don't need to lose money. You can still break even or even just make a little bit over, but I'm just telling you what you're up against right now. Okay. So let's keep going into this. Now, if you haven't already seen this in your area yet, you are going to. Everyone's going to be doing this if not every location has done this already. But this is what makes it beautiful. This is why pest control is so amazing for private investors to come in and buy too. And that's why pest control companies are selling for a giant multiple right now. The beauty of the industry is that you can get your customers, general pest customers, okay? General pest customers, 96% of the time, they're going to be a recurring sale. Now, if this is not the case for you, then we definitely need to chat. We need to chat about how you're pitching it, how you're framing it. I can definitely help with that. Okay. Now, if you're doing wildlife or anything like that, I can't help you. That's not what I've done. Again, this is for general pest services. So just so you understand where I'm coming from here. Okay. Now, this concept can be taken for really any kind of sale, I suppose, right? You can do door to door. You can do Google sales, Facebook sales, whatever that may be. I've even seen a lot of door-to-door types of companies that have big organizations. Again, they'll give that initial way for free because they know the lifetime value of the customer and what that customer is going to be worth to them over the next 7, 8, 9, 10, 30 years, whatever that may be. Okay. So let's just still, bear with me here. Let's stick with the $69 initial. Like I said, you can cover the costs on the initial, and by the next service, right, whether it be 30 days later, 60 days later, 90 days later, You're in the green. You're in the green, baby. That's where you're making your money, is that reoccurring service. Let's get that reoccurring money. Now, again, obviously this is not going to work if it's a termite service, bed bug, whatever that may be, right? You can't give away initial for 69 bucks, but if you're just doing general pest, you can do it for 69 bucks or 49 bucks or 59 bucks, whatever that may be. You can do the initial lower than $150 to $200. Like 90% of the people I talk to when I share this information with them, they're all doing the initials too high. And that's why the guy down the street who has a big door knocking company is crushing everyone, right? So it's because they understand the lifetime value of the customer. Now, I know a lot of you watching this video, this is going to make you very upset, right? You're going to be mad. You do not have to do this. This is not financial advice. This is just what I've seen has worked for us. And this is what I've seen the most successful guys in pest control on the planet do. Okay. I've made 7 figures doing this, and I've talked to guys doing 8, 9 figures with this exact same model. Okay. You do not have to do this. I'm just saying what's worked. The next thing you want to do is, of course, create that offer that we just talked about. Do whatever makes sense to you. If it's 49 bucks and you're going to do 49 bucks a month and charge the customer on a monthly basis, but you're going out quarterly, you can do that. I've seen a lot of guys do a $49 initial and they'll just charge $49 a month and come out quarterly. Or I've seen people do 67, or seen people do 69 or 79 or 89 or 99, whatever that may be. Just create your offer. What makes most sense to you? What covers your costs? Wherever you need to be on this, you just write it out, do it old-fashioned style, okay? Now, this is important too, okay? I touched on this a little bit earlier, but you need to figure out what makes you different. Okay, now after talking to hundreds, if not thousands of pest control owners, I can safely say that 99% of you sound the same, okay? Now, what I mean by that is you're going to do this exercise, okay? I have a lot of guys who are like, well, my service is a good service, or I use good chemical, or I really take care of the customer, or, whatever that may be. It's like everyone is always saying the same thing. And when someone calls and they say, yeah, the general pest service to get rid of your wasp is going to be $500. I don't know. I'm just using an example here. And then the other guy says, hey, I can do it for 49 bucks and I follow up quarterly, but we only charge 49 bucks monthly. They're going to beat you. They're going to beat you on the price, right? So you need to figure out what makes you different from your competition. And you also get more referrals. And we'll go into this a little bit later. But, some things that we do that are differently is we actually have natural options too. There's natural options for those types of people. We also give dog treats out to all of our customers who have dogs, do little dog treats. We also play music, their favorite song, when we go out there on a little jukebox. Of course, we make sure the kids aren't asleep or anything of that nature. It's a nice little touch. We also use a system called field routes. And in the field route system, we actually take notes on everything. I mean, everything, what the dog's name, what the cat's name is, if little Billy plays baseball, if little Susie is a cheerleader, if little Billy hit a home run last week. I mean, like, we literally write down everything you can think of for that customer because it makes a difference. And these are the types of things that you need to write down on what makes you different and how you differ from the competition in town. Okay, because this is going to be important, and this will get you more referrals, and of course, be able to utilize this in your pitch. And we'll go over that here in a little bit. But if you don't have 5 things that you can't think of, and you just don't have those in your Rolodex, I do have some training on this that I can send you for free. Next is creating a budget. Create a budget to hit that goal. Just to be transparent with you guys, on average across all our paid platforms, not organic, but our paid platforms, and I'll break this down a little bit later, we spend about $100 to get a customer, to acquire a customer. Now, keep in mind, it can be a whole lot lower, especially during the season, June, July, August, even like May, it gets quite a bit lower, but during off season, this can get higher. So I'll just give you an average $100. Let's say I spend $3,000. very, very likely if I spend $3,000 in a month, I will get 30 customers. Very, very likely. Okay. So just give you an idea on that. I spend $10,000. This is only paid ads. I'm not talking about all the other stuff I'm going to go over. Just in paid ads, if I were to spend, $10,000, I should get 100 customers. Okay. And if that seems high to you, no problem. We're going to go over some free stuff that you can do to generate customers in this training here today. And I have a bunch of free trainings on how to get free leads. But if you do want to go to the paid route, it is very, very consistent from what I've seen. Not for everyone, but it is pretty consistent. So you can go the financing route if you don't have money for ad spend. We can give you some examples. There's tons of places you can get it. You can get it for banks. You can get it from private investors, angel investors, whatever that may be. But I do have resources where you can get loans up to 100 to 150K. Just let me know if you need some help with that. Again, I know some private investors, angels investors, all that good stuff too, if you need some ideas there. Okay. Next thing is the paid ad side of things. Like I was telling you about, is targeted Facebook ads. We really, really like targeted Facebook ads. The reason being is because they basically track people on what they like now, on interests. If you talk about something, if you've searched it before in the past, most likely you're going to find it on Facebook. Facebook's algorithm is very, very good at this. I could say pizza, 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 and I'm probably going to get a pizza ad here when I'm done with this video on my Facebook when I scroll through. It is quite amazing how good the algorithm gets over time. And that's why we use Facebook, is if anyone's been talking about pest control, searching up pest control, they're probably going to see the ad. Okay. Now, again, the good cost per acquisition for this, you should expect anywhere from about 50 to 150, depending on your location and how good you are at closing and how good you are at follow-up. So this would be a pretty good thing to expect. Like I said, an example, if you were to spend $5,000, should close about 50 of those sales per month. Now, this is not the case for everyone. Another disclaimer, this is not the case for everyone. Some people close way, way more than that, and some people close way less. I'm just giving you averages here. Google Ads, this is also a great way to get leads. It is even a little bit more expensive than Facebook, but the quality of leads is typically a little higher. LSA, local service ads, Google local service ads is an amazing place to go. That's the first place that I would actually check out if you're going to go the Google route. And then the next would be CPC ads, cost per click ads. That's going to be another good avenue you could go. Again, an average good cost per lead, or good cost per acquisition, I should say, usually around $50 for LSA. And then a cost per click is usually 100 to 200. Again, depending on your location, follow up, answering your phones, all that good stuff. This is just averages, I'm telling you. Okay. There are definitely people who do much, much better than this. I've even seen some of my clients get 30 to 50 bucks per acquisition. So just giving you guys examples here. Retargeting ads, I do this on all platforms. The reason why we do retargeting ads is if someone has gone to your website, gone to an ad before, watched a video, we want them to see your ad again, because they're going to be the ones most likely to buy your service. Okay, I run retargeting ads with everything. If you are a pest control owner watching this, most likely you have probably seen one of my ads for Pest Customers Fast, or you've probably seen my face before, because we run heavy retargeting ads. So I do this for my pest control company too, and I do this for all my clients. This works very well. Organic domination. Now, we like organic because over time it is free. Okay, steps to organic domination is you must have a Google My Business page. If you don't have this set up, you need to set it up now. Pause the video and go set this up ASAP. You need a Google My Business page if you are a pest control owner. You have to have it. Seriously, stop this video and go set it up right now if you don't have it set up yet. Number 2 is use Facebook groups and post in those Facebook groups to generate free leads and sales. I have a free training on this. This is a very simple process, but I've seen a lot of people don't strategically do this the right way. We produce hundreds of sales from Facebook group posting per year. Next is use Nextdoor to generate free leads as well. I have a free training on this. Again, this is another place that you can get hundreds of pest control accounts. I know that might seem crazy, but I have done it and I have helped tons of other people do this with Facebook groups and Nextdoor. It works very well. So ranking with GMB SEO, won't go over this a ton. This is a service that our company does offer, but you can do this yourself. One of the things that I do recommend is making sure you're posting and making sure you have backlinks, making sure you're getting traffic to your website. I do have a little cheat sheet that you can have. It is free. Just message me and I will be happy to get you that cheat sheet. Just like we are explaining before, Nextdoor is a great place to get free leads. I do have a free training on this separately from this video I'm doing right now. If you are curious or want to utilize Nextdoor to get leads, it's fantastic, fantastic app to get a lot of free pest control sales coming through it. Again, another thing, you can utilize Facebook groups to get you daily sales. I've seen this work time and time again. It has been working for years. So if you would like to see how to generate free sales from Facebook groups, feel free to reach out and I can get you this training. D2D. So this is door to door. I know some of you watching this on how you're going to feel with this little section. Regardless of your beliefs in door to door and what you think, door to door does work. It works extremely well. I've seen guys go out, sell 750, 50. I mean, I've even heard of a guy selling 1,500 accounts by himself in a year. I know that sounds unbelievable, but it's true. I've actually talked to dozens of guys who have done 750 to 1,000 just by themselves, one man doing it, just having a few technicians, of course, doing the work for him, but he's out there knocking all day, every day. So it is possible. Now, we know that you need 3 sales a day in order to hit your 1,000 sales goal. And it's just the truth. One of the fastest and most effective ways to get pest control sales is to just go knock door to door. And in my opinion, an even more effective strategy is called clover knocking. And if you don't know what that is, feel free to reach out. I can help you with that. I've knocked doors before, and I've talked to some of the best door knockers on the planet. I mean, like I said, these guys are doing 750 to 1,000 by themselves. So even if you suck, like even if you're really bad, you've never sold anything in your life, you can still close 150 sales in a 12-month period going door to door. I could explain to you how to do that in about 10 minutes if you want to reach out. It's very, very simple process, but it does take a little bit of skill, and that's very trainable. So if you need some help with this, that is a fantastic way to get sales quickly if you need sales now, okay? Again, we do have sales training. I recommend you going through sales training if you haven't ever done it. And if your employees haven't ever gone through sales training, that would be something I would recommend. We, of course, offer that if you need help with this. We offer sales scripts that we use for our own pest control companies. We have step-by-step training videos on how to do inbound sales, outbound sales. We have live video examples of me and my team closing pest control sales. We have monthly sales help if you ever want it. We have an account rep that actually audits your sales reps, inside sales reps, door-to-door reps, whatever you need there. We have audits. And then we even have door-to-door training that we can help you with. So if you do need any sales training, feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to help on that. If you've never taken a sales training, I would highly recommend it, just because most pest control owners I've talked to have not done that before. They only know how to close referrals, and they still don't close, 85% plus of their referrals. If you have only closed referrals, you probably do need some sales help. It's just the truth, because there is a lot to learn from sales training. So I still do sales training about every single year. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on sales training, and the best guys in the world that I've talked to who are 10,000 times better than me are always doing sales training every year, always doing sales training, working on their craft, getting better. They never stop. This is just the habits of very successful people. They never stop learning. So highly recommend doing that. Even if it's not through us, I would recommend doing sales training. Next thing is reactivation campaigns. We send out reactivation texts and emails to inactive or old clients, people have canceled or people just did one-time services. You can use a system. Feel free to reach out. I can show you how to use a system. It's very simple. You can send out a text to all those customers in a matter of 5 minutes. If you don't have the capability of doing that, feel free to reach out. We can help you with that. But a lot of people I know use like Gorilla Desk or Field Routes or Pest Pack, whatever those may be, and that does have that capability to do that in there. Again, we do have automation training if you need it. A lot of those softwares that most people are using do have that capability. But if you're not doing anything with your customer list, you should be. You should be doing upsells. Like if they're only on general pest, you should be upselling them on termite or mosquito or whatever that may be. You should be. You're missing out on a lot of money if you're not. And it can be all automated too. It can take a couple minutes to set up and then you're done. Okay. You're missing out on a lot of money if you're not doing it, is what I'm trying to say. So make sure you set that up. If you need help with that, and if you've never done it before, like you need to do it. It's just, you just need to do it. Okay. Again, same type of thing. I would suggest using a software that you can track everything in there. Okay. Next is a LinkedIn masterclass. We do have a LinkedIn masterclass, and this is going to go into our next slide with strategic partnerships. This is a very, very nice platform to connect with people who you can set up strategic partnerships with. This could be a real estate agent. This could be property managers. This could be other lawn care companies that don't do pest control. A fantastic way to connect with people. LinkedIn is a very business-oriented place. And so you can make some amazing connections here and make a lot of money. And that leads me into strategic partnerships. You can do cold calling, you can do messages on Facebook, or you can do LinkedIn, which is my preferred place to reach out when we do strategic partnerships, because you can do some automation there. But you can get so many sales from a good strategic partnership. So let me give you just an example here. I got this from a client. He gave me this idea. So a while back, this was years and years and years ago, he reached out to a lawn care company that didn't do any pest control. Okay, they don't do any pest control at all. They only do lawns. They just mow grass and weed eat. That's all they do. So I reached out to him. He's like, hey, I understand that you guys don't do any pest control. I'm going to grow a very large pest control company here over the next few years. I would like to send all of my pest control clients to your lawn care company. I want them to have a good experience with the lawn care company. I want someone that I could send them to, because I have a lot of people asking me if I mow lawns, which I don't. I only do pest control. Okay. Now, because I'm going to do that, I want you to send me your clients, and we'll have a beautiful strategic partnership together where we send clients back and forth. Would you be willing to do something like that? Now, obviously, guys, you're going to have a lot of people who say no. All right. This is a numbers game, right? You're not going to have everyone say yes, but someone will say yes if you ask enough times, and you can build a very, very beautiful strategic partnership. Same thing with pool cleaning companies, right? Pool cleaning companies have a lot of people that they're talking to, homeowners, and that's a really simple transition. So lawn care, pool cleaning, real estate agents, property managers. I have a full training on this too, if you want this, but this is a fantastic way that people overlook all the time, because once you set up that strategic partnership, it's just leads are coming in regardless of whether you're trying to get them or pay for them. They're just coming in from that strategic partnership, and you're sending them business too. So it's a win-win for everyone. Again, this is one of the best ways to grow and grow fast. As long as you do the work up front, it is going to take you some time to build the trust with that person. And and to build those partnerships. But once you've built those partnerships, it's a beautiful thing. Now, lastly is hiring a virtual assistant. Virtual assistants are absolutely amazing to help grow your company and take off some of those tasks away. One of the biggest things for us, why this has been so amazing, is we've been able to replace a lot of our American employees, because your virtual assistants are only going to cost usually about $5 to $9 an hour, depending on their skill set. They can get as high as 13, sometimes even $15 per hour if they have some really, really high tangible skills like automation or building websites or something along those lines. They're going to cost a little bit more. But for the most part, for what pest control owners need, it's usually only about $5 to $9 an hour. So what most of our pest control guys use our virtual assistants for are administrative support, customer support, even sales, doing lead generation, social media management, content creation, all sorts of stuff they can do. It just depends on what you need as a business for your business, of course. So most common thing that I see pest control owners use the virtual assistants for are customer support and sales. It's by far the most popular thing. So if you are interested in that, I do co-own Virtual Staffing Hub. So feel free to reach out. We can find you a really good virtual assistant that can help you scale your business without paying, $15 to $30 an hour like American reps are gonna be. So save you a lot of money there. So let's do the math on what we just went over. So the first 12 months, we're gonna have paid ads. And again, these are lower numbers, guys. You can do a whole lot more than what I'm showing you here. So paid ads, let's just say this was 100 in 12 months. That is not very many sales on paid ads. You can do way more. I've helped, just in the last year, we've helped 18 people do over 1,000 sales just with paid ads. Okay, so you can do way more than this, but let's just say 100. Organic Facebook, again, this is a really low end. Let's just say you do 100 organically through Facebook groups. Let's say, again, on a low end, you're doing 50 just from your GMB, your Google My Business page. Let's say you're doing 50 on Nextdoor, 25 with reactivation. That's even low too. And then D2D, let's say you do 150, you can do way, way more than that. Like I said earlier, even if you're really bad and not great, you should be able to do 150 in 12 months. Strategic partnerships, this is again a lower end. If you have a few strategic partnerships, you should be getting more than this if you do it properly. But let's just say it's 100, and then leveraging a virtual assistant. You can use them for customer support, things of that nature, or to generate you leads. And again, I have another training on that, on how you can utilize a virtual assistant to get leads. But let's just say on a low end, it's 50. It can be way more. So the first year, on a low end, you do 625 in the first 12 months. Okay. Now you have 6 more months in an 18-month period to get the rest of your sales. Let's just say paid ads. Again, you scaled up, you spend a little bit more money in those first 6 months. So you're at 75. Organic, you do 50. GMB, you do 50. Nextdoor, you do 25. Reactivation, you do 15. Door to door, you do 75 in those 6 months. Again, this is low. Strategic partnerships, you do 50. And then you leverage that virtual assistant and you're getting 35 because they're getting a little better. That's 375 the next 6 months because you got a little better. Things are picking up more. Now that puts you at 1,000 sales in the breakdown. Guys, this is not easy. This will take work. If you've done it before, awesome. I'm glad I was able to kind of break this down for you because a lot of our clients have done this with just even one thing, whether it just be only paid ads or only door to door or only their GMB. This is possible. I promise. I promise it is. But I just wanted to break this down for you so you guys knew what was possible and how to break this down to so it's not such a huge number when you see 1,000 sales door to door, 1,000 sales paid ads. You can break this down and it's a lot more achievable when you do. So I hope this helps. Love for you to book a call with us. Again, we're Pest Customers Fast. I'd love to chat with you, give you some of the other trainings that I've talked about and see what we can do to help. I really appreciate you watching this training, and I hope you got some value out of it. You have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.